Well, it's the final day before Algeria's election, but there's no sense of suspense. Incumbent President Abdelmadjid Tebboune faces no real risk to his rule as he seeks a second term in office. One challenge, though, may be to boost turnout after he was elected in 2019 amid a record abstention rate over 60%. For more, we can speak to our foreign editor, Philip Turle. Hello to you. Philip, first of all, take us through who the main candidates are.
Right, well, first of all, just to pick up on what you were saying there, it's absolutely true. 60% abstention rate in 2019. Abdelmadjid Tebboune was elected with just over 58% of the vote. I think really this time around he would like a much more strong turnout, and I think that is probably the major challenge facing the three candidates. So who are they? Well, first of all, the outgoing president, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, he's the one who's really earmarked to win a second round. I'll go into that in a bit more detail in a minute. But he is president of Algeria since 2019. He's 78 years old. He's formerly with the FLN, the National Liberation Front, which now is backing him along with unions. His campaign slogan is independent. Now, there are two other contenders also in this election. The first one is Youssef Aouchiche. He is the youngest contender. He's 41. He's a former journalist and a parliamentary attaché. He's running for the Socialist Forces Front, the FFS, which is the oldest opposition party in Algeria. His campaign slogan is "A Vision for Tomorrow." And the third candidate out of three is Abdelali Hassani Sherif. He's 57. He is a member of the Movement of a Society for Peace, which is the largest Islamist party in Algeria. His campaign slogan is opportunity. But I think, as I was saying, many people in Algeria feel that this election has already been sewn up and these are just two token candidates, and that it's a foregone conclusion that after voting takes place this weekend that Abdelmadjid Tebboune is going to win a second term.
What did we hear in terms of campaigning and pledges during the campaign?
Well, there's not much as far as the outgoing president is concerned, because he knows he has the support of the army, he knows he has the support of the institutions in Algeria, so he doesn't really need to go out and make this a strong campaign. He's brought the elections forward. They were supposed to be held in December, they're now being held in September. That is also a factor which may contribute to fewer people taking part in the ballot. What he does want to do is boost the minimum salary to, or the minimum wage that people are being paid to about 20,000 dinars, which is about the average minimum wage in Algeria for the unemployed. Youssef Aouchiche wants greater political and media freedom. That's the same as his rival Abdelali Hassan Sherif, because they say the government has been too harsh in clamping down on free and fair information in Algeria, and that critical media has seen its advertising withdrawn, for example. So they're both in favour of making that a lot more easy for people to obtain free and fair information. Youssef Aouchiche wants to double the minimum wage. He wants to introduce a wage for housewives so they get paid for staying at home, and also impose a wealth tax. As for Abdelali Hassan Sherif, he's really keen in setting up an independent judiciary for greater judiciary independence in Algeria, once again saying that under the current president there has been a step backwards in the way that the judiciary has been independent and free and fair, and that's something that he wants to re-establish if he's elected president.
Yeah, you've also been following some of the complaints made by the opposition. What have they been saying?
Well, there are many complaints from the opposition. They say that freedom of expression has been rolled back, as I was just saying, that critical media outlets have lost state advertising. There are three candidates who were keen to run in this election who've been placed under judicial investigation. They're accused of vote buying. The opposition says, well, this is purely a way of stopping them from running. This is all trumped up charges. A reminder that there were 16 candidates who wanted to run in this election. Only 3 have been declared as valid, the 3 that I was just talking about, including the outgoing president. So all of these measures that are really making a lot of Algerians think twice about turning out to vote this weekend. And I think that is the major question here. How are the Algerians going to vote? Is there going to be a massive abstention rate? Could it be the lowest for 20 years as it was in the last elections in June 2021? We'll have to wait and see. But I think that whatever the current president is trying to do, there's a lackluster feeling that this is a foregone conclusion, and whoever people vote for, it's going to be the current president who has a new term in office.